YouTube, and that means use their crap technology.
Yes, we should use Twitch.
I believe that there will be after 2 months there will be definitely someone objecting the idea of using Twitch because of some other similar issues. So
we are online.
Yeah, we are live. Yeah,
perfect.
I do confirm.
Thank you.
That's
Excellent
wonderful.
collection.
Thank you all. Thank you all very much.
The rocket has launched.
Well, it's really rocket science sometimes to work with YouTube, but still, anyway, I welcome you here today on the last board meeting, probably before the council meeting next week. If you don't mind, I will be chairing it. It's 2015, and I would open it formally. We are, as usually, seeking for a secretary for this meeting. So is there a volunteer who would be willing to do so, to do the minute taking? Yeah, I see Octavia being volunteering. Thank you very much.
I'll volunteer to do the minutes, yeah. No problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. From the participants, I see all of them being enlisted. Currently, we are missing Marketa and Kamitra. And if there are guests who would be willing to acknowledge their presence, please do so on the line 26. We should have a discuss regarding the agenda. You would probably find the proposal on the line 28 plus. It's kind of like simplistic. We need to finalize the issue of budget, I believe, because we need to table a proposal for the upcoming meeting, and we need to organize the council meeting. Is there anything more we should discuss today?
There are just several things about the council meeting that need to be taken care of and decided on. That's all.
Do you want to do it structured in the way that we will just like write it as the points to the agenda, so that we go from one to one and do not mix all together?
Sure.
Then please do so. And thanks, Exile, for uploading the minutes to the PPE wiki. And thanks, Pirates on Air, for backing up our streaming because of not relying just on YouTube.
Yes, we should. You're right. Sorry.
see each other at least once before the upcoming council meetings. Just okay, great. So I see a proposal that has been typed to the pad. Points agenda scheduling regarding the guests. Strike it from agenda. Volunteers for chairing and minute taking, and talking with COC council about questions and answer. So that's what we are. That's what we are supposed to do. Anything more we should do, or we can approve the agenda as it is?
These were just the things that came at the top of my mind. So if there is anything, I guess we also need to talk about who's going to take care of the technical side of things.
Yeah, technical side of things. I believe that's for what we are seeking another volunteers, isn't it? So
I think not only volunteers, because let's assume you remember, Mikuláš, you asked because if you're using the Jitsi the Jitsi check pirate instance, we should be aware that we can do it.
Can we just have the conversation though when it is on the agenda?
Yes. Okay. Then I think we can discuss it. Or can we just change the point 3.3 to volunteers for chairing, minute taking, and technical support? Does it make sense? And we will solve it all together, if you don't mind. Okay, seems there are not many objections. So if you are fine with the proposed agenda, please confirm that on the line 42, and so we can go to the points. And there is an approval of minutes from the last board meeting. Not sure. Do we have the minutes for from the last board meeting so we could approve that? Okay, there is some problem with the link, so I cannot approve the minutes because I cannot follow the link. I mean, those who are voting in favor of approving the minutes should first check on the link.
It's
and the link
working.
is, yeah, but it is leading to the minutes from 25th of October.
Oh, why?
Well, because obviously we are still like seeking for a proper link.
Because it's wrong. It's wrong, Flori. It's the wrong link.
Yeah, it's the wrong link. I mean, like, we should not just do it mechanically and approve whatever is there.
So why is it the wrong link?
That
Well-
may not be as important as the fact that I just corrected it and put in the correct link from last meeting, which is meeting number 21. And so now you can have a look at the minutes if you haven't. See if there's anything you'd like to change, and if there isn't, you now have a chance to approve the minutes.
Why can't delegate somebody to vote for this? It's not correct. I would like to delegate someone. You, Octa. I would like to delegate you for voting this instead of me.
I see. I think we're going to have to discuss that at the next meeting. Not this one. Let's get through this one quickly, effective, and then next time maybe we can discuss.
You're
No.
kidding me. I know that you're kidding.
Sorry for being late. I would propose that this time Nicolas can approve the anterior minutes as he was in the last meeting, as I was. So I didn't have a look to the pad. It's understandable. There's things that happen.
Yeah, it's understandable. I think we should discuss this procedure because I will gladly approve the minutes. However, I think it makes sense to approve the minutes in Wiki because in Wiki there is a time versioning, so it prevents the situation. Or actually, in Pad it is as well. So okay, it's fine. So it's approving the minutes to the time point of we are talking about. Okay, then. But still, we should kind of like improve this procedure for the next meeting, or actually the next board shall improve this procedure. We have had some reserves on that. Okay, I guess the minutes are approved. We can go to the point 1, which are the reports. So let's start with the reporting. I believe we are all preparing the council meeting. Probably ask the volunteers, and we will report the volunteers who we met in their respective points. Is there anything more to report? Please, if yes, do so.
I'm sorry, Nicolas, are you skipping over the budget in the agenda?
I went to the point 1, which is reports as in the approved agenda.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. Excuse me.
Sorry, it's... Okay, I see a hand raised from Alessandra. Please do report what you want. But your
Thank
mic
you. Yeah. Thank you, Mikuláš. I have to switch. I have only one monitor and one computer. I have to switch to, let's say, 400 Windows. So, yes, I only have just, the same little report that I always like to report. I just put the minute, here, a link, and also in the minute here. Can I report something here? Maybe this one. Let's say 1 point report from Treasurer. Okay, that's me. Actually, as you can see, a lot of guys paid. So one by one, pinging one by one. Hello, okay, why do you receive the invoice? Yeah. And also I know that the French pirates paid today, Fleury, because one of the international delegates, let's see, I can't. Let's say, Etienne, bravo. Etienne wrote me that the Pirate Party of France paid today. So actually, it seems that we are, and also Catalonia paid yesterday. So it seems that we have a lot of, money. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm very glad that we have all this little membership fees paid, and I will update you also later when we will talk about budget 2021. That is very easy. Actually, last is that we are still missing some pirate party, but I think that everything will be solved soon. And I have no clue for this, at least a couple of parties that are the Pirate Party of Poland, unfortunately. And also, let me check, Estonia also. I have no sign of them. Since last meeting in Milan, it seems that they have some trouble. So I don't know what to do. There is a little issue about the Pirate Party of Luxembourg. You remember that I sent first a wrong invoice that was 150 euros because I was pretty sure that they have 3 votes, but then last time or a couple of times ago, we clarify and I thank you for your kind help that they actually have 2 votes, and so I sent another invoice for 100 euros, but unfortunately they paid a few days ago 150. So let's say that we are totally happy about this, but we should clarify with them if they intend to, I mean, if they have some information we don't have, and they have 3 votes on the next council meeting, or they simply paid the first invoice instead of the second. But I think that, I mean, it's not a big deal, but we have to clarify it with them, I think. And I hope that I will wrote to them, but the most important thing is to clarify, to have an answer, and to be sure that they will participate. They will participate to the next council meeting. That's it.
Cool. Great job for working on that. I will try to remind to the Poles. Regarding the payments or the outgoing payments, we have not yet resolved the issue of Mattermost server payment, haven't we?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to tell this. Absolutely. So regarding our budget that we approved on May, we have actually 1,500 euro to spend for technical issues like servers and whatsoever. And we spent 390. Actually, we did not by ourselves because but we have to give to the guy who actually paid for us the server for 2020, already paid the whole year. And the payment was 390 euro. I have receipts, I have everything. And so I just have to ask Marketa to pay with direct transfer. I also have his bank accounts, so everything is set up. The thing is that actually we are now moving it to another provider, and we need to pay it 1 year in advance for 2021. But fortunately, the whole next year, only for Mattermost server, I mean, it's the bill is 970 euros. That means that we could pay this for the next year within the 2020 budget. Or of course we could not, but then we have a lot of money that we put on the budget for this year that we didn't spend. So I think that we could easily, because it's actually this year, even if the goods is in the next year, but we could spend it this year. That means right straight this week or the next one. And so we will have covered at least the Mattermost server for the next year, 2021. Nonetheless, I would like to, because in our one of the first board meeting this year has a lot of technical stuff there, and I won't be withdraw to all the budget for IT for 2021, but at least we are in the position that we can spend this money right now, and that's what I would like to propose. Now I think that's all, folks.
Okay, I think so much to the reports. May I have just one more question? We have had this ECI to be supported, and we will probably have to report on the outcome to the council because council asked us to do so. What is the state of play? Just what to report them?
The ECI is very easy. It's started actually, really formally started November the 15th as scheduled. We only had some, last minute the issues with certification, but that means that collecting signature has started, but only on offline. So manual signatures, but the online, because the certification went well. A friend, one of Gregory's friend did it a astonishing job, and we are waiting for the certification process to be finished from some German certification authority. And yes, it seems Berlin Airport. Yeah, which one? Because the last one, or the huge one? No, but actually, we will start collecting online signature very soon. I don't know. Maybe I miss actually a meeting today. It was actually too close to this one, so that's why I miss it. But I can ask exactly when to those guys.
Okay, so I think I will kind of report that we were supportive to the whole initiative, and a lot of members did a marvelous job to make it actually happen. Still, there is not yet a formal online page to be promoted, so we have not yet promoted it, but it's one of the very first tasks, waiting actually for the next board to do. Okay, so I believe that's all regarding the reports. If no one wants to ask about anything,
I saw.
Okta.
Yeah.
I in the interest of a swift and effective expedition of this meeting, I just wanted to make sure that we progress to the next point, and that perhaps a working meeting on finalizing the board reports can be done during the week. If not, I would just like to add to the agenda, to the meetings, to the meeting notes, who is working on the report for the CM. So can you confirm, Mikuláš?
I was expecting to do so, or I was expecting to be my obligation. So I hope that Alessandro will help me, but we need to finish it during the upcoming days this week. Hi, Marketa. Where are you?
Hi.
Hello, Marketa.
Hi, Alessandro.
Okay. So maybe the second point. Let's go to the budget 2021. I hope you have a proposal, Alessandro, or what's the state of play?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have, because maybe I forgot to put it in the minute. Yes, as I told you before, even if we are ready to pay the 2021 MetaMask only server fees, I would like to put, because of actually last time that we reduced the quote, the membership fees for this year, we do it for one reason. The main reason is to have the largest participation ever, and I think that at least a couple of membership, as far as I can see, to the membership fees already paid, we gained a couple of memberships more than last year. I'm talking about Pirate Party of Austria that told us that they have some problems, and also Pirate Party of Greece. So I don't know anything about Pirate Party of Poland, unfortunately, and we know that Pirate Party of Spain is to be considered almost that. But regarding the things that we have to put on the budget, I think that, in my opinion, regarding this year, we save, let's say, except of the React reserve, that is always a good thing to do. I think that we should put another 1,500 euro to the infrastructure, because actually the MetaMask server this year did a great job. We have a lot of channels. We have really hundreds of pirates from all Europe there. So in my opinion, it's we are going into the right direction. So I would like to propose to the next council meeting to put the same amount of money, 1,500 euro, for infrastructures. I also spoke with Octavia about the GDPR compliance. No, sorry. First of all, I would like to thank all the companies that are actually providing us for free as a donation the web server, and the web server for our website, and for our web mail that we currently using. And but all the stuff for the GDPR has to be done. Octavia told me that the first consultation, the first consultation could cost us around 1,500 euro. So and of course then we have something to do, but it's just simply, to fill out forms and templates to be 100% compliant with this. I think that as pirates and as Europeans, we should not work on this topic anymore and just move forward. So I would like to propose to the council to spend 1,500 euro for 2021 just to obtain all these documentations, templates, and get rid of it. So we can stop doing, we use the money for what the money are useful, that are doing stuff, and we can concentrate to our activity and politics. So basically, these are only the three important things that I mentioned. So infrastructure, 1,500 euro, and GDPR is 1,500 euro also, plus the React reserve of 500 euro. That is actually the same amount of last year. As you can see in the link that I posted, even if of course the income are not so relevant, there are only almost around 1,000 euro. I think that we could move forward to spend the money we collected before. That is actually the current balance, as you see, is 14,500 euro. So what we are missing here is all the things that regards communications and media. I actually asked for all the treasurers in the invoice when I sent them the invoice, and even last month or last week. But unfortunately, probably we should rethink. I know that this is in the statutes, but we should think another way to, to let this flow and this decision be participated by all of them, because right now it seems that actually nobody answered me, even with a single proposal, or let's say I can do this. I can discuss. I would like to discuss this this day, or I am free this week. But it's pretty understandable because it's you know. I think that we should work. We should work on probably. We are just organizing these huge formal council meetings, even 2 days. Maybe we could just have some. I don't know. I'm just proposing maybe not like working groups, but even alpha day council meeting, for instance, to discuss on relevant topics such as budget. Otherwise, of course, we will discuss it next week, because I'm not obliging anyone to adopt any budget. I'm just proposing this, and just for what I've seen this year. And also, that's it. I would like to know your opinion about this.
Okay, thank you very much for your inputs, Alessandro. My great appreciation for all the work you have done. That's really perfect. May I have first a few comments? Would you be able to kind of like type down the proposal to the minutes so that we can have formal vote on that as a board?
For sure.
So that this will be a proposal from the board to the council in a formal way. That's the first thing. Second thing, it should be mentioned that we have had some administrative costs. The administrative costs are regarding the registration in the Luxembourgish business chamber of business. It's not really waste amount. I think I paid something like 30 euro per a single change, and we have had actually 2 changes over the year due to a resignation of one of the board members. However, still we are paying some small money over there, and maybe we will need some money for the translation and stuff like that. So I would propose that we have a special dedicated budget line, which will be covering like those administrative costs, and will be something. I think 200, 300 shall be definitely sufficient for that purpose, and we will not replan it, but should be planned for the next board, so that the next board is actually ready to carry on this task. And regarding these projects, I absolutely agree. This idea of having some discussion with the members how to spend it. I was thinking about like dedicate a special budget line called like projects, and have a discussion of what the actually project means during the board meeting, during the council meeting, as one of the workshops. What do you think about it?
So a proposal and a discussion about like the projects that could be done then. Is that what you mean?
Yes, exactly. Because if I understand properly, no one really provided us any inputs. So I'm not really sure how to deal with that. But I would keep the flexibility for the people who would be willing to bring some proposals on the table during the council meeting itself. So yeah, I would keep some specific budget line as the let's say reserve for the projects.
I think it sounds like a good idea. So you're ultimately just suggesting that put down a proposal on the council meeting regarding a special budget line that is reserved for different projects that pirates around Europe can apply into that fund, sort of, I guess. and to just like reserve some money for this proposal in case it gets approved. Yes.
I would expect that those projects would be planned kind of like by the council to be more specific. I mean, like if someone raises the issue during the council meeting and we will have already the budget approved, then there should be kind of like reserved for that purpose.
Are you going to make this proposal?
Not me personally. I was thinking more about like broadly about the members, because they could have some initiatives which were not yet submitted. So I was thinking whether they want to do so during the council meeting. I mean, like Alessandro mentioned previously, there should be sort of like workshop. So I'm thinking about this budget workshop that should take place.
Right. Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Plus, should we have something planned for the media or online advertisement or stuff like that?
Are we moving away from the budget in the agenda?
Not really. I think there is a proposal for or Alessandro is typing the proposal. It's appearing on the line 62 plus. However, what I do not see here is a specific budget line that would cover the
Yes.
the online propagation. We have had a plan for this year, however, not used, and it's not easy. But still, I believe it is useful to have some such spending plan.
Yes, that's a good question. That was I asked before. Actually, what we had the same conversation 1 year ago, but nothing happened. So the question that I'm posing you, I just put nothing on the budget, and I know that is probably, I mean, it's a very straight decision, but the reason why I did this is because actually it seems that we are not, is this really useful? Because if it is, of course we can put some budget on it, but then we should do something, right? Because actually right now, like this, we are just put 4,000 euro on the budget spending for the next year, with 1,000 euro of income, right? Of course, we are not here to collect monies, or we're not in holding, we're not an LTD company, right? We have to use the money for our goals. So if you're saying that this is in our agenda, fine, it's fine to put some money on it, and then it's fine to use it. Okay.
Well, talking about what are the hurdles or the bottlenecks actually in this case, we were originally thinking about use this money to, for example, promote this ECI. However, so far there was not much to promote, which, yes, it's unfortunate, but it happens. On the other hand, there is also other problem, and that's actually the fact that we need to resolve some technical issues regarding the promotions. For example, as far I know, we are unable to pay advertisement on Facebook because they are simply like they have crazy rules about like how to regulate that, and we have not been able to overcome it anyway. So we are not able to pay advertisement on Facebook. I'm not sure about other platforms, maybe whether we want to use sort of like banner advertisement or whatsoever, but we have simply not yet made a process to do so, and we need to do to have process for that purpose. And last but not least, we should have sort of like media strategy, what to promote, and that's something that should be approved on the level of the board, and to discuss how this money should be spent, because that's definitely should not be just on like randomous decision or ad hoc decisions at the point. But in general, I believe it is useful. I mean, like, should I be talking about advertising in the pirate movement on the European level? There are definitely some resources that members of the European Parliament have, which we are trying to use, but it shall be noted, and we have to be absolutely clear that these resources are used and are dedicated to be used for promotion of the work of the MEPs, which means it cannot be used on some purposes we would like to as European Party. And at that point, we should talk about their own resources in the budget. And I think it is kind of like reasonable to have rather some resources than no resources, because having some resources provides you the opportunity to do at least something. Well, if you have no budget line of that type, then you simply cannot do that respective activity. But that's just like my point of view.
It's fine. I don't have any, objection about this. The only thing that I would like to, because it should be that it should be clear that we should have at least or at least discuss about a direction, right? So that means that we reduce the membership fee to enlarge participation, and we did it, and then of course we still have more or less 15,000 euro that has to be spent. But of course, if we are, imagine now we can add 1,000 and for instance, I don't know, what you were talking about or thinking about, we can add 1,500 euro on the media budget, for instance. That means that if the worst case scenario will be that we will in next year we will lose 300 and enough thousand euro. Sorry, 3,000 and enough euro. That is, actually, it's not that much considering that we have 15s. The thing is that it has to be relevant. I'm not against putting some money, of course, on the media budget, but it has to be relevant. Otherwise, it's just to have some budget for doing some that was my point before, because discussing of a budget means to have first of all clear the let's say the business requirements. So if you have a strategy, then you say, okay, to go forward to achieve this, to go there, I need money. So we can drill down some estimation and say, okay, let's put this on a budget. We are lucky that we have money, so we can spend it. In my opinion, it's not bad to have put some money there. I see this a bit, in the cloud still, but it's just, I don't know if you get my point.
I absolutely got your point, and it's exactly something which scares me in a way as well. But the thing is, like, we have an organization which theoretically should do some things, but in practice, there are a lot of processes that should be happening, but they are actually not happening. I mean, like when we are talking about online advertisement, that's something we should be capable generally of. However, we have not yet done that, and there are pretty good reasons. Like we have so far, to this year, we have not been even able to kind of like spend the money to buy a server or like to run a server. That's not actually something new for us. So I think to just have this processes running smoothly, it's maybe a good idea to run it on some small scale project, so that we know that we are able to do this type of advertisement, that type of advertisement, and so on. And we have already proved that by like doing stuff like that, and then we can have like bigger plans. Because unless we kind of like plan it for some year and do it, it will actually never really like happen in practice. Budget that includes some expenses, and we should of course consider that our resources are not infinite. However, I think it is useful to first like this process is running, and as it is done, the let's say task for the next board and the boards coming later will be, hey, we need some sort of like crowdfunding or other resources to fill our income, so that we are balanced. And I think we have concerning the speed of like how we are deploying our resources, we are still quite like have 4 years time reserve or something like that before we will deploy it. So definitely there is a lot of time to make this machine completely running. That's my way of thinking, but sorry, I'm making too much time on that, and maybe some other members would like to speak.
For the purpose of this particular extra meeting, and for the purpose of the council meeting next weekend, and as I've understood from Axel and others, these meetings, this is not a work meeting, it's more of a decision-making meeting. I just wanted to know, in terms of the budget and all of your considerations, whether there's something that you want additionally to vote on, Mikuláš.
Yeah, I think we should have a vote on budget proposal for 2021, so it can be tabled to the council.
Of course, that was understood some time ago, but in the continuation of the conversation, was there anything else that you would like to be added to the budget, that to change it, or are you happy with us voting as is?
I was talking about the media and propagation. It was not
understood. And the way that the budget is outlined now in the minutes, do you want something added to that as of current, or are you okay with moving onwards?
Well, as there was just on line 66 edit line media, I'm happy about that, but I think some members of the board could have an opinion as well, not just me and Alessandro.
Well, may I? I totally agree with Octavia that maybe other board members not have this valuation to a certain kind of money, or valorates money different. So if they're not clearly opposing, I think it's not the point to speak so long about it.
Well, yeah, it seems to be there are no other comments on that, so we could have a vote whether we will propose this budget to the council.
Why I cannot see you, Octa?
My internet is really dodgy and breaky, and with everyone's cameras on, it's been even worse. So I think that's probably why. Chair, can we, I think, give folks just a couple of more seconds to vote, and then we move on?
Yeah, I would do so. Like,
So, Marketta.
I see 5 votes currently yes, 1 against, but well, that's definitely a possible position. So as there is no chance to change the outcome, I would take it as yes, we should propose that budget and move to the point 3, which are the formal issues, and that's
Yes,
first.
yes, absolutely, Mikosh. I am only a bit sad because, of course, Flori can vote against for a reason, but if I have to vote no, at least I would say why I vote no. But of course, she can vote no without saying one word. I'm just a bit sad about this, but never mind. Not for the vote, but for the fact that she say nothing. That's it.
Well, I think you have the word, Flori.
Thank you. Yes, I can explain why I vote no for this budget, and I can put on my camera if you want. For better understanding, maybe. I vote against because it's not because of Alessandro. You know, Alessandro, I like you very much. It's not a problem with you, but I have to say that we in France, we pay the same price for 10 more services. The 1,500 euros, and we pay the same price in France, and we have 10 more services. So I don't really understand why we have to pay 1,500 euros for these services. Maybe you can explain it to me, but I don't think I will agree with you because I don't know. I don't think we have necessary to pay this price.
Was it a question regarding the IT costs?
Yes.
Well, in practice, so far I know, the server itself, it's designed for some 2,000 people by means of like what is its capacity, and you can definitely deploy more services on that respective server, and it will make it. The only, let's say, question or something what could be objected is the idea of having too many services at one server, because that means that effectively should one of them be breached by an attacker, it can be he or she, the attacker, can actually take over of all the services. But technically, we are renting a server that is capable to provide us much more work than we are actually getting from that, and we have some reserve to expand further.
Yeah, well, I don't think we need 2,000 persons connect 2,000 server. I don't think we need to pay at this price. We in France, we pay 1,000. Sorry, really tired. 1,500 euros, 1,600 euros for more services than you. So we have more connection possible and more. I don't know. I don't understand why we have this kind of budget for this this expense, this post. I don't understand why in Europe we don't use these services, I think.
I think then we probably can move on. Like the decision of the board from, if I'm not mistaken, February was that we are fine with renting a server that costs €100 per month for the Mattermost. That was the decision of this board, which results in total cost of some 1,200 euros per year, theoretically. In practice, it's a bit lower. This respected 970, or as mentioned. However, if you consider it too much, I think it's pretty legitimate to express that disagreement in the voting, and just we can go further. So we are to the agenda point 3, which is the council meeting organization, and there was a proposal for agenda scheduling, which I think was introduced by Katla. Was it?
No, I wouldn't say it's proposed by me. It's something that we worked on, like all of us. It's in this path. As far as I know, I don't know if there's an updated version somewhere. There are a few things on this agenda that need to be decided on. The times don't all make sense. So I think it would be useful if we would just start, at the beginning. I put a pad in the chat that shows the agenda that was worked on.
I see. I thought that was resolved somehow 2 weeks ago, but if not, then yeah, I'm definitely fine with the idea to reschedule the agenda.
Yeah, could very well be, but I'm still I'm confused if we decided on this agenda on a board meeting and we approved this agenda because it's not very done. So I think we should go over it now and see where we can do better.
So you want to again go through these points within the working pad and reconsider them? Is it what you mean?
Yeah, for example, like we don't have an invited guest. We haven't made any suggestions on invited guests. There is something weird about having from 4 to 6 on a Sunday for 2 hours closing the meeting and planning the next meeting. So I'm just wondering, like, is everybody happy with this agenda? Because if I'm the only one that sees a problem with it, fair enough, then it will just be the way it is.
Well, that seems a bit weird. Hand raising from Exile, please.
Yeah, I'm just checking if it's the same I have updated in the European Pirates Wiki, and seems to be, although I think it's something a possible chair can work around. Nonetheless, if Katla wants to string in it more, I think it's quite important, as she might be also a chair.
Well, yep, absolutely. I mean, like from the practical point of view, what we are talking about are the invited guests and the last point, the closing the meeting and planning the next meeting. Are there any more problematic points?
Well, to put it the other way, Katla, what are you feeling missing, and what do you think should be left out?
I
Katla,
think that if nobody can suggest a guest that we can confirm before Thursday or Wednesday, Tuesday even, then we should just take that out. I think also that we shouldn't have to start at 10 if there are so few things on the agenda, especially because we're online, and then it just means that not as much time is wasted, you know, going like doing the things when we're on site. So like I'm ready to say let's skip the guest. If anybody does not agree, I would like to hear it.
I mean, is there anyone willing to propose some guests, or shall we just cancel the session? Alessandro?
Yes. I wouldn't say that canceling the session could be great, because actually maybe we can just find some last minute guest, and it would be nice to have, you know, let's say at least we don't need to just to schedule half 2 hours for it. Just half an hour can be enough. Even 15 minutes sometimes. If we have a special guest can be somebody who are really relevant for us. But the thing that I'm just looking at is that it seems that for Saturday, in the day of Saturday of the agenda. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, now I can see it. We are basically finish everything at 15:45. Is that correct? That means that it seems that the Saturday session is a bit poor. So, for instance, why don't we move the code of conduct council Q&A because it's just 50 minutes? And one thing that I was really I mean, not happy is not correct, but I was thinking of this year that the code of conduct that we approved 1 year ago, it seems that is like, you know, that you have a minor son, right? And it makes me really sad, because I thought there was a very great new point on this party, and maybe it could be we could have the election, you know, the election day on Sunday, and all the relevant discussion things on Saturday. So even the code of conduct council things can be moved. I mean, I'm talking about discussion, not elections. Can be moved on Saturday. Otherwise, it seems that actually we are doing this. We have a 1 hour of lunch break, and we have basically, besides registration and whatsoever, on Saturday we have just 3 hours of meeting. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong, no. So I'm gonna draft up something a little different, but just leaving the hours out. I think it's a very good point that you made with the Code of Conduct Council Q&A. I think we can move that to the Saturday. Will you guys just give me a second. I'm gonna shift some things around, okay?
Just out of curiosity, where are you typing to?
In a working pad of my own. I can put it in another pad if you want. No problem.
Maybe it would be useful just to have some sort of like shared pad for that purpose, or to do it in the agenda of.
Well, while Katla typing, I would speak a little bit. Of course, I'm quite okay with moving some items from one point in time speaking to another. What my more fear is there missing something, or should we add something? Because in fact, what we are doing, moving from one point to another, well, this is only a procedural motion in the council meeting, you know.
Exile. If you want to really to know what I'm thinking about, what we are missing, I will tell you briefly. It's just the 5 minutes, no longer than 5 minutes, for each member of the meeting of the council meeting. If member of the European Pirate Party, just speaking to everybody. You know, we are here like you know, we have board, we have differences between sharing, not sharing. That is fine. I know that is totally fine. But what is missing is just not just like a pirate beer, you know, because at the pirate beer, the more extras one just say something, and the ones who like to used to speak, and the other not. What I'm missing is to listen. I would like to listen, and that's my, you know, I don't know how to do it. And you cannot oblige people to talk, because you say, you talk for 5 minutes, you know. It's something that it seems to be very official, and it's fine. But on the other hand, you know, I'm a bit sad. I don't know how to explain this, but I hope you got my point. I miss an official brainstorming, let's say.
Yeah, I feel the need to comment on this because, you know, if you want to do that, I think that's great. And if there's people that like to participate in an official brainstorming with loads of people online on a platform like this, then I would love that there would be space for that somewhere for you guys. Could you propose something for that? But for me personally, I wouldn't have patience for it, or, you know, that's sensory overload for me, online to do a thing like that with like 30 people. So, but I think you should propose something if you have an idea.
I'm wondering how to call such a point, just to show that there is or there will be at the end of the brainstorming relevant content, because it will be always, it's always hard to keep people's attention if you do not say this is the real goal of that discussion.
Yeah, I know, Mikuláš, but you know what? We are just seeing all together, all the members. Tell me one. This is a synchronous point, right? A synchronous meeting, because otherwise we are always on Mattermost, right? In an asynchronous way, and this is great. We have never done this before. Mattermost is the first asynchronous channel, widespread, you know, that we have ever had at the European Pirates, right? And this is fantastic. I love it. But this is the asynchronous way, so it's fine that we have some, you know, status amendments, vote on something, all the official and as to be done stuff, budget and whatsoever. And then what is the political aspect? What is the main real relevance? At least we have one occasion here to listen each other. Okay, so if all the members knows that they have 5 minutes, we will be 15. Okay, let's say that we have 15 participant. Okay, 15 participant. 5 minutes for each. Maybe it's too much. 3 minutes for each. It's what? 5 minutes is 1 hour. 3 minutes is 45 minutes, globally speaking. That means that we are just speaking, and everybody will prepare something to say to everybody, and of course at the end maybe nothing will come. It's because it's a brainstorming, or at least when you have to speak and you listen to the guy who's speaking before you or after you, at least something relevant could come up. Maybe you see I'm too romantic or too optimistic or even too naive, but at least we don't give members, let's say, the opportunity to freely speak, officially speak, for their willings, for their, because you know, I know what's going on in the Netherlands, right?
I see your point. So just to make it into something real, we have currently a session called Invited Guests. What if we change its name to, let's say, Introduction of the Council Member, or introduction, something like that, Introduction of the Council Members, and expect that each of the respective member parties will shortly, in 3 minutes, introduce what's let's say happening there and what are their priorities. Katla?
Yeah, I want to say, like, I was wondering about asking some people in Iceland about being guests, if we still want to keep that in, but we don't have to. Of course, we can take that out. We can just that last bit on the Sunday just be something. Whatever that is that, you know, Alessandro is proposing, we could do that instead, of course. But I guess I would like to ask all of you if the way I've put up this agenda in the pad, in the meeting notes, there's less of a strict timeline on things, but we have pretty much put all the sort of reports and motions and voting on those on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday we only have the election for board and code of conduct council, and then either invited guests or both invited guests, and then, open discussion.
I see no hands risen, so if I may, I think I like the proposal. I would just put there a hard coded time when the council meeting chairperson is being elected. Because if you say the registration is 10:30 and sometime it will start, I think it's a bit waggy and it could kind of like cause confusion. So I would keep just like, if you don't mind, I would keep just as it was. But this proposal kind of like diminishes the idea of Alessandro to have this public crowdsourcing. So it's on the other members of the board to say whether to have it or not to have it. Katla?
Yeah, hi. I'm not really sure why Bastian is giving me a winky smiley, implying that I don't think something is not important anymore. This is a sort of a passive aggression that I don't like. If he wants to be aggressive to me, I can take it. He can just say it straight out. If there's something that he wants to say, but I don't know what he's implying there, Bastian. I just want you to know that. I don't understand what you're implying.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit missing what's going on here.
In the chat.
I see.
Yeah.
I would say, are we able to continue the meeting? I would prefer not to get stuck into some, let's say, personal discussion.
I'm really sorry. I have to go. I would though like to say that this is an excellent opportunity for us to do better than we usually do. I think it's clear that Bastian is struggling with getting across what it is that he means, so he's using passive aggressiveness as a tool. That's not how the board of the PPU works, and it's not a personal thing, Mikuláš. It's sort of this space that we create together, which is important and needs to be a safer space and needs to be a place where we can openly discuss and support each other in the things that we would like collectively to do together and progress in that. There is no progression in passive aggression. I'm really sorry I have to go. As I wrote earlier, I thought that this wasn't going to be a council meeting, decision-making board meeting. So I only had an hour and a half scheduled. So I hope that everyone will take responsibility of their own actions and their own tones, whether a guest at the board meeting or not. This is not a personal thing. It's a chance for us to do better. So with that, I'm sad to see, Bastian, that you feel that this is okay communication. I don't find that it is. And I look forward to seeing the rest of you on Thursday for a work meeting. And thank you, Axel, for I appreciate that you are going to update me later or tomorrow. So have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Good night, Octa. And yes, I would like to
Night,
say
Octa.
I am not upset. or anything like that. But I do see that Bastian wants me to get some point, and I don't know what the point is. So if he wants to say it straight up, that's great. But if he doesn't, then, you know, passive aggressive won't get across to me like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed the first request from Bastian that was regarding the second chamber. I see. That was the point. Aha. Now I got the okay. Well, then could you please explain what was your idea how to change the agenda? That's probably the simplest. I'm sorry, I kind of like missed what was the exchange in the chat.
I'm still very lost. I wasn't in Reykjavik, so I have no idea what he's referring to. But fine. I don't know really what is expected of me at this moment.
Well, I was to Reykjavik. I will, as I understand it, there is an idea we have had there, and that was not really transferred into any specific points of action, to have so-called second chamber, which would be a body composed of all the members in terms of like natural persons, like, I mean, physical people who are members of the pirate parties, being involved in the activity of PPEU. That's something that was supposed to happen. However, I think so far we have not really planned how to do that. And if I understand the scope of the comment, but then correct me if you are present here, and if you want to express your opinion, please do so. The idea was to have it discussed sometime in the council meeting. Is it so?
Good evening. Yeah, you talked about how to fulfill the schedule, and I'm quite surprised that you didn't remind that we have an open question. That means we have to prepare a second chamber to collect the activities of individual pirates. We are PPU with members are all parties and organizations, but I think we are a part of the international movement, and even on the European movement. And if we should fulfill this promise, then we have to provide a tool for individual pirates. That was all, and it was not aggressive, even not passive aggressive. And I'm very astonished about the answer of Kettler, because it was just a reminder. And I remind Alessandro on his promise on Reykjavik, you remember maybe, and that was all. It was just a reminder that you promised something, and this, I think for pirates it's a long time ago, but it's still on the table. Thank you.
I don't know what I promised, especially since I wasn't in Reykjavik. And I don't remember saying something is so important because I wasn't in Reykjavik. So really, Bastian, your comment towards me is like, I don't understand it at all. But anyways, if we're going to put this in the agenda, that's great. Where do you guys want to put it?
I hope that was just a misunderstanding. I hope there is no bad mood among us today.
Please, I've told you guys, I'm not in a bad mood or anything. But when a person clearly shows passive aggression behavior towards another person, then maybe you should consider, not acting like I am being upset, because I'm not. I'm just saying I don't understand this kind of behavior. Okay? And I just want to get along with the meeting. So where should we put this in the agenda? Okay?
Well, speaking about the practical points, I am afraid we are not able to change the statutes in the way, and we effectively have no, let's say, plan how to do so. But we definitely can have a sort of like structured discussion that will result into, so to say, a motion similar to one we have had last time regarding changing the conditions for members, and this motion will be prepared or will give guidelines for the next board to prepare statute change in that respective regard. I think what is possible, or what is like generally possible, is to table such a motion on behalf of, for example, German Pirate Party. But I think, Bastian, you are also a member of Brandenburg. You are a Brandenburg representative, so you can do it as an observer member. That's something you can do, I believe. And include it into the session voting on motions, or we can have, if there is a consensus on that point in the board, we can have a dedicated discussion on this specific motion, providing the other members opportunity to give some alternative versions, or have a more structured discussion on that issue. I don't know, like there is a hand risen first from Alessandro, then from Bastian.
Yes, I try to be very, very fast, because I do remember perfectly what happened in Reykjavik. It was my first time here as an international delegate. It was a great, I spent a great time there. I saw many things happen. Something very, very good, and something unfortunately not so good. We are moving on it. I was perfectly remember the motion that was tabled by the German pirates, and then withdraw by you, Bastian. And I remember that I put that motion again on the table, because I do want to discuss. I did want to discuss Reykjavik, and I do want to discuss what we agree on that meeting. I remember perfectly is that all the members in the next council meeting should propose something back to the council. So actually, the next council meeting after the Reykjavik December council meeting in 2018 was the Milan council meeting. Unfortunately, I did not see any motion by our members, and my opinion is very clear about this. My personal, I'm talking about my personal opinion. I would like to have someday a European Pirate Party that is not only an association of association, but a real European party. But I perfectly remember in Reykjavik that there are people that actually thinks different, pirates that thinks different from Sweden, or from even from Iceland. And what is missing currently is to talk about this. But it wasn't my original request here. My original request was very simple. I said, we are now, good or bad, we are now an association of association, right? We have a council that represents all of us. and we are meeting once a year. Then now, for the very first time, twice a year, because this is the second time this year we are meeting. We have a council meeting all together. As far as I remember, this is the first time that we have a second council meeting, right, guys? So it's an opportunity. We were doing a huge effort, even if it's online. Look at Katla, Exile. They're struggling to organize the second council meeting, as we already did in May. Do you remember? And I know that seems to be easy, but it is not. I couldn't attend on Thursday, but they were there. And the Thursday before, they were still there, trying to organize something for all of us. What I mean is, we have such an opportunity. Why don't reserve just 5 minutes to each member simply to talk to everybody? Okay, maybe nobody say the Netherlands or the Sweden just say something that is it seems to be completely irrelevant. I say nothing is completely irrelevant. So the goal, I agree with Katla that we have to have a purpose, and the purpose is to give the opportunity to all the members to speak for 5 minutes at the council meeting, so everybody can simply understand. We can call it updates. It's fine. I want to hear from Sweden. I want to hear from Norway. I want to hear from Iceland. I want to hear from Catalonia, from Greece, from Austria. I don't want to hear from Italy because I already know, unfortunately. Thank you.
Sorry, I switched off the mic. I see hand risen from Bastian and then from Katla.
Yes. To unmute myself is a good idea. Yes, Chair, thank you. I agree with most of, believe it or not, with most of Alessandro's speech. The trigger was we have time for discussions, and if you count all the members together, it's a lot of time. Maybe we do that this way, or we discuss this theme. Theme. What I propose to is, from my point of view, it's more important than how to we do it in Italy. But this is up to the assembly to decide that. It was just a reminder, and I can promise you that German Pirates will prepare a proposal, a motion for that. That's I think maybe somebody knows that already. So maybe we should reserve some time for that. That's all. And you can blame me that I'm not attend all the organizational meetings you have to use for preparing a simple council meeting. So it's okay to blame me, but my idea was just to remind you that we have a really important theme. We have to fulfill the promise we made to all pirates in the foundation process of PPU. Maybe you forgot it, but I'm a guy who is able to remind you. That's all. Thank you for that evening.
Okay, thank you. I'm begging again, please, let's not make this of like blaming of each other, because this blaming each other will not help us in any sense. Please, Katla, speak.
Yeah, I might. Yeah. Well, I think Alessandro has now put it in a better words, like, for me to get what he wanted. With each member to be able to speak for like 5 minutes about their you know, ideas and views about where PPU should be going or something like that, I think that's a brilliant idea, and we should definitely make space for that in the agenda. I just don't know where. If we should do it on the Sunday or early Saturday, when would you think is the best day to do that? And
In
the
my
best time?
opinion, Saturday
Okay.
for sure, because you know what, this should be, in my opinion, before the election day, because election are the worst thing ever. People can be, you know, not I mean, it's not an unpleasant day, of course, we are
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
but it's, you know, it's also for better understanding, knowing each other, you know.
Okay. When would you imagine the best time? Like maybe just after the report from the board, for example, or what do you think?
Yes, yes, it could
Well,
be.
may I, Alessandro?
Sure,
Just a
sure.
moment,
Exile
please.
is rising hand.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Katla, we're turning round and round. As already mentioned, as we don't have gas, if we still hold this and the chair say, hey, delegates, special attendance, we would like to know each other when we're here 2 days together, and please, each one of delegates speak 5 minutes would be fine.
I think we can simply go forward and change the name of session invited guests to dedicated to that purpose, and that would resolve the issue, like where to introduce these proposals, because each of the member parties can definitely declare we are striving for sort of like second chamber, or we are struggling in our country to even survive or whatsoever. So that would solve that one, and maybe later on when there is a voting on motion, it seems to be that there could be like more discussion, so we can expand Saturday's afternoon voting session from half an hour to, let's say, an hour, and shift the budget discussion accordingly. What you think about that?
Yeah, I was just about to suggest we would move on from the agenda, and we would be able to talk about if there's anyone here that can volunteer and stuff.
Yeah, can I say just one little thing, Mikuláš?
Yeah.
If there is so, maybe it would be nice to have, you know, after the opening. You told me last time that it would be great that, you know, if we have new members admission, that they can speak also if we admit to be part, even if observer members, to the discussion. So in my opinion, maybe we should just do, after the presentation and the first item, just to vote on new member admissions, and then maybe have because I would like also to, not only, I mean, to all the members, even observer members should be able to speak, in my opinion.
Sure. Like I generally agree with the principle that the new admitted members shall have the most possible participation. So from my point of view, sure. Like currently, we are a bit struggling with having two proposals, one being tabled by Katla to the PET, and then there is the originally proposed agenda by the board. I'm not really able to clarify what are the differences. Could you please do so, Katla?
There are, yeah, I changed things around just like in terms of times, and it was the thing with the invited guests and the you know, and now delegates getting time. But I guess this is not Exile, me and Octavia, we can continue looking over this and then just propose it to the council meeting as it is, if we want, or if you want. Yes?
Yeah, I think there will be no board meeting or no official board meeting before the upcoming council meeting, which is the problematic part. So should there be a agenda proposal for the board from the board, we need to do it here and now. That's the problem.
Well, I have put this there with hopes that you guys would also put down your thoughts about it, what is missing, and the times, and so and so. I'm sorry, guys. I find it very difficult to get straight answers from you. So I'm just wondering, like, where do you want the things to be?
Yeah, Exile, please.
Well, I would like to remind that it's still talking about a proposal to the council for agenda. It's not something fixed. It's all about the council meeting, the mood going on, and working together. Not about fixing something and prohibiting something in there. So we should keep our flexibility. This is what I'm thinking about it. And further on meeting, or this meeting, further on this meeting, we have to speak also.
Yeah.
About how to fix some irregularities.
So currently we are working with there is a proposal on the agenda. It's called my proposal, but it's actually Katla's proposal. It's on the line 88. I, from my personal point of view, see one simple problem. We have no invited guests, and it's absolutely impolite to invite guests to give a speech at the end of the meeting when everything is finished. So I would just strike out the line 109 because we don't need that. And otherwise, I'm just simply missing the idea of introduction of the members. So if you do not want to take this idea on the board, Katla, please state it. If Alessandro, you wish to have it on the in the text, please state it. We will vote on it as an amendment, and then we will vote on this proposal as a proposal of the board. Is it fine for everyone, this procedure?
I'm wondering, Alessandro, you're putting introduction of members before voting on motions, and I don't know why. I mean,
sorry. I mean, I'm just doing a little, at line here.
yeah.
I just put everything in the morning: registration, cancellation, chairperson, and so on, and reports from the board. It could be, I don't know, 11:15, I don't know, or even 30, I don't know. Then let's say member admissions, then a lunch break, then the introduction of the member, 1 hour, or 1 hour should be enough for 5 minutes each. And then we should have, after the introduction, we could have, if there are proposal motions from the members, right? We don't know if we have or not. If we do have, then we will vote it, right? So first we report something, then we admit the new members if we want. Then of course we should have also here the code of council as the QA. That is very important in my opinion before the introduction, and then we let the members speaking themselves, then motions, then voting, and at the end the budget. It could be also, like this. It's not that much, and at this hour the open bar. Sounds reasonable for Saturday?
I was just going to say, because Nicholas wanted to wrap this up with a vote, that, you know, of course, it's not like necessary for us tonight, like on my behalf at least, to vote on this. It was just necessary to get your input on it, I think, because there was just a lot of input being needed. So if, as Axel is saying, it's just a proposal, it can be changed on the weekend itself, if so. But at the moment, things have been moved around a lot. I don't understand why we're having introduction of members before, after we're having new members admissions, for example.
Well, like the way how to resolve this, because this is becoming a really long discussion. The way how to resolve it is that we have currently a proposal from the board, and we can amend that proposal or replace it with a new one. During the discussion about the agenda at the beginning of the council, the approach can be only same, which means people will have to table amendments to the proposed agenda during the meeting. So I'm trying to kind of like simplify the process as much as possible. However, that means the most consensual position already proposed from the board. If it's not possible because you cannot agree on the introduction of the members, I would suggest that we go in the way. Let's take the proposal we have had previously, amend it, and to the point which is possible now in the meeting, and let's leave the rest to the council discussion. Because whatever you do as the working group, Katla, Exile, Alessandro, or myself, or whoever come on Thursday, will not be tabled as the board proposal, if you understand my point, which means like we will be another amendment coming from some council member on the meeting directly.
Yeah, I think it would be good to move on from the agenda thing. It's just really nice to have the inputs from the board regarding the agenda.
Okay, so currently we work with the agenda as it is proposed in the wiki. That will be something which I will call this a proposal from the board. Is it so? No one seems to be objecting that idea, which is a bit sad after half an hour of discussion, but well, at least we have had the discussion.
I'm sorry, Mikuláš. If you're tired and you're impatient, I understand it. I sit here for hours and hours, and I have done for months, listening to you guys talk about stuff in circles again and again and again. But right now, all I needed was just some input about the agenda, and I would really appreciate it if you would not minimize that fact. But sure, we can vote on something if you want. I just
don't take me as an impatient. I'm absolutely passionate. I have no problem to sit here another 2 hours because I feel my responsibility to prepare the council meeting as much as possible. The only thing was that some people seem to be already impatient. Some others, namely Okta, if I should name her, but that's not the problem. The problem is that we need to make a decision, and I feel not myself in the position to say you are not allowed to speak. And I'm trying to give you the opportunity to speak, but I'm not insisting that you should speak or you should vote on something. I was just trying to resolve the issue without even further sitting here. But don't take it as an impression. I'm pretty willing to work as much as possible here.
Yeah, I was raising the hand, thinking about it.
Please do.
In principle, you resume my statement. Totally d'accord. Perhaps it was the meeting's fault right now that we weren't able to put a better agenda on the table. Nonetheless, I was wondering that we got Hansa We got Marketa, we got Flori, also member of the board, not speaking till now nearly a word. Well, Flori, you only spoken quite a bit. We should be more interactive in this. Nonetheless, of course, let's move on. If we are able, Katla, on Thursday to put a better agenda on the table, and everyone agrees, all fine. Nobody here in the board, I think, will oppose to put this on Saturday on the table as a proposal.
Okay. I mean, like, if you wish to have a short, like, board discussion at the beginning of the council meeting, or discuss it or decide it by the mattermost, I'm fine with the solution as well. If you wish not to decide it today.
Maybe Mikuláš, for the agenda only, we can just have a short discussion. I mean, after Thursday, we can just put another agenda on Mattermost and vote on it even asynchronously. We are only 9. I think we can do it.
Alessandro, no problem. As mentioned from Mikuláš before, we've spoken about this 2 weeks ago, and remaining on Okta, which told us very clear, look, this is a decision-making process. We should be here in the board, not to speak for hours. So I can understand her.
Yeah, I understand it as well. Like, from the practical point of view, the board is quite big. So if everyone shall be involved in the decision-making process, it takes some time. We have in Czechia 5 members in the board, and I think it's a bit more flexible. But this is the way how the statutes are written. No one can really do anything about it, and doesn't really provide reasoning for like preventing some people from the board speak. Well, anyway, I think we have kind of like finished points 3.1 agenda scheduling. Then 3.2 guest strike it from agenda. We are reiterating the same process. Shall we discuss it again? That was your proposal, Katla.
Am I allowed now? Yeah, I have 2 people that have volunteered to do minutes. I have 1 person that has volunteered to do to chair the meeting on the Sunday morning, so from 10 to 3 or while the elections are happening, and 2 people, volunteering to do minutes off and on over the weekend. I just kind of have to put up a plan for them. Once I've known, like, all the people that are volunteering to do minutes and chairing. Of course, me and Octavia have volunteered to chair on the Saturday, or on the Octavia could probably chair on the Sunday afternoon as well. So if there is anyone here in this board that would like to volunteer to do minutes or chairing, that would be great, because we could do a plan for so everybody won't have to sit for a long time doing it. It's also important that we have designated people that are paying attention to the technical issues, the stream and whatnot, but also shifts would be better. And also, just in general, it would be good to have an assistant to, like, the chair and the minute taker, who's just like a second pair of eyes, third pair of eyes, I guess, to just make sure that things are going smoothly. Well, yeah, Alessandro, I know you're gonna be a minute taker, but Flori, Marketa, Hansa, Mikuláš, I think you were going to chair at some point, yes? And Oliver, I don't know, just, it would be good to know if there's any part that you want to take on over the weekend.
What I think Katla leads us over to another point we have to speak. I mentioned myself already as technical assistant, and I came in also with this idea of some rules of procedure in there. And as we spoke in last Orga meeting, the rules of procedure also already mentioned there. I worked them through, and they got this Article 9, which says, well, in case of it's not present, this and this article goes out. So this could be a help to get us along for the council meeting. I don't know if the organization in it wants something like a rule of procedure of the meeting, or leave it totally to the chair. It's just something I still have a doubt and we have to speak about it, I think.
Well, okay, thanks. So I consider the issue of guests being simply finished for today, and we are talking about first of all how to organize the volunteers. I have from Czechia one volunteer to help with the organization. Not yet specified, so I will contact her with the rest of the volunteers. I would personally gladly volunteer for chairing. In terms of those shifts and meeting organization and so on, could we maybe have a wiki with sort of like this or short wiki page describing what exactly is being needed and who are the people who will be co-responsible for the Orga team, for the organization? Can we make it happen so that we will allow the volunteers to type in or type them there? Like, could you please organize something like that?
I think we had that put down in Pat Summer Excel, right? But I can make a new pad for it, no problem. I mostly I went through the Icelandic parts and asked for people there.
No, don't make a new. Give us the old. It's good.
Excel. I'm not sure which pad we put it in. I don't have it. Oh.
Orga needs a meeting. I'll search it for you. Moment.
The thing is, we should have a list to that respective wiki page or whatsoever in the council meeting organization page. Are we somehow working on that issue?
I'm adding those links into the pad that I shared with you in the chat a minute ago, and I'm still waiting to hear if anyone else in the board is willing to volunteer to work in the council meeting next weekend.
Flori mentions in the chat that she found no one in the France.
But Flori, are you going to be in charge of the stream and so forth?
Can you just repeat the question, please?
Will you take care of the streaming and be in the technical side of things with Excel?
I do. I understand that someone else will do that. The last meeting I asked, and someone else told me that he will do that. Someone told me that we will find someone else to do that for the streaming.
Who remembers who that person was going to be?
It was Mikulas. No, I asked it on the Mattermost.
All right.
Because I was candidate, or I don't know why, but it was.
The problem is, Alessandro, if
I don't
you're
understand.
streaming and you're going to do the chairing and you're going to do the minutes as well, you're going to be doing too much.
No, I mean that I can.
Delegate.
No, I mean that I can help with the OBS because
I know.
if there are shifts and people are not, I'm not obliged to be stuck there all day long.
Okay.
Because
Well, anyways,
I can do the streaming if necessary. I can do that. I hope I won't, but
I guess I'll just, it would be very good if the people on the technical side of things will just get together on their own and decide on their own how things are going to work,
Yeah.
So that, yeah, because I really don't want to spend any more time on this topic if people can't. I mean, I guess we've got all the volunteers from here so far. And we can start working on a shift plan in the week.
Katla, may I ask you to somewhere link the respective list of volunteers, because I'm not able to find it.
It's just in this pad. We have put it down like what we need, and it's volunteered. Yeah. I will, Octavia, Axel, and myself, we will probably make a roster where, I can make a roster for the chairs and the minute takers, but I would really appreciate it if I don't have to also think about the technical team, because that's just not my field, really. So.
Okay, so I will have to ask someone from the Czech party to stay as a backup for the case that either the Mattermost or the Jitsi will went wrong.
We need more
Regarding
people for minute taking as well.
Okay, I think you can add to the minute takers Veronica from the Czech party.
I'm still searching this pad. Organza meeting. I remember quite well.
I put it in the chat. It's in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you very much, Nicholas. You can also maybe just send me Veronica's number or tell her to find me on Mattermost or whatever, just so I know when suits her best.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
We'll do that. I think we should not share the parallel data. Sorry.
I want to ask, what's the social media person supposed to do on the list of volunteers?
Just kind of Insta and tweet the fun things that are happening.
Exactly.
You know,
Fun things?
fun things. Yes.
Will there be fun things?
Of course they are.
I think there are always fun things.
There are always
pirate
fun things. We're
meetings.
pirates. We're doing.
We can post some bad joke that Alessandro says at some point.
Maybe not.
Yes, we will.
Well, usually that is being done that way, that you announce who was elected, what was approved, and so on.
Yeah, there's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that.
That would be cool, because the Young Pirates of Europe, they answered me, and then like they said they were going to answer me further, and they didn't. So I'm kind of disappointed in them at the moment. So Hansa, it's really nice if I can put you on that. Thanks.
Guys, I'm sorry. I have to leave.
But what does it have to do with the Young Pirates? Like,
I simply sent an email to the board of the Young Pirates in Europe to ask them to do the social media and handle the beer rooms. But as of now, like I haven't gotten a definite answer. I only got like a short answer saying they were going to get better in touch. Like, so
yeah, I have no idea how they operate because I've never been a member. I just know that. I mean, we have young pirates in Czech Republic, but it's, I don't know. I think, well, the leader is Vojta, who was here last time, and he's like, I think he's 33 or something. So it's, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure on who's supposed to be member there, since most of the young pirates are the same age as the adult pirates. So,
but anyways, it doesn't really matter. Like, if I get an answer from the young pirates, I might, connect you. But
doesn't really matter whether it's from young pirates or from wherever. We just need a trusted volunteer, and we do not need general young pirates, but we need a certain name.
I mean, I just as an idea, like
go nowhere.
I think this definitely would be a good idea if like some people are elected to the board who are, I don't know, who are not MEPs, for instance, already, or who are not like leaders of their own parties, that there should be like a small bio and a photo attached to that, and maybe just make a separate post for each person. I don't know. I mean, that's technical detail, but just like, I think that's better than posting jokes or some non sequiturs.
I mean, it would be a great idea should we have the photos of the respective people. That's for sure. Could you, Hansa, please ask the respective parties to who provided the nominations to provide also short like bio plus photo of each of the members or the proper nominees?
Yeah, well, they can. I think they can only provide photos and bios of their own members, I guess, because I mean, like German pirates nominated left and right, like from all pirate parties in Europe. So I wouldn't put the responsibility on them to provide us with.
Well, we should start with,
just like,
with them.
Okay, let's say if a party nominates its own member, they should provide a short bio. If they nominate a member of a different pirate party, then I guess that's up to the other pirate party.
Well, I think if they nominate someone, they should at least ask him or her whether he or she wants to be nominated, and they can use it as a sort of like opportunity to ask for the photo as well. But I mean, like, if someone should be responsible for collecting the photos, I see naturally the nominating parties. Alessandro, Carla?
Yeah. Alessandro has to leave in a couple of minutes, so I was just wondering this last thing about the Code of Conduct Council, asking them about the Q&A. I can volunteer to be in touch with them and see if they're all on board, or the two that are left. Are you okay with me doing that?
Yes, great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then this is fantastic. Hansa, it would be great if you would come to like an organization meeting with us to, if you want to discuss further about these matters. That would be cool.
I'm not sure if I can do it on Thursday, but
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Also, this is a good opportunity for me to remind you that we will have a meeting concerning the position on the corona. I already posted in the COVID info that it seems that most people have time on Tuesday and Wednesday, so just like give me a message there. But yeah, I'll try to be there on Thursday, but I can't promise.
I got to run, guys. I love you all, but Flori, thank you very much for streaming, and thank you all of you for being here. I got to run. I'm sorry. It's totally too late for me. I got to run.
Okay.
See you on
See you.
on Thursday for sure, and maybe I will drop you a line on the MetaMost channel. I think I could be there on Wednesday also. I on Tuesday I don't know, but at least I will drop you a line. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. No hands being risen by Flori.
Yes, just I don't follow the meeting because it was really difficult to follow. I'm sorry. So you say that you need me to do the technical part of the meeting for the next weekend. It's okay, I can do that. No problem for doing that. I already asked for doing that months ago, so it's okay. I do that with Exile if you want, and I can diffuse. I can stream the meeting all the Sunday, all Saturday and all Sunday if you want. I can let the computer do the job. It's okay, and I will listening and maybe some participate too. Yes, but you want us to have a meeting before Thursday at 20? Is that no? You want me to come at this meeting, or just I can just do the job Saturday and it's okay for me?
No, I only suggested that the people that are doing the technical side of things would kind of like
Okay, d'accord. Okay.
do their boxes. What do you say in English?
So Alessandro, Exile, and who is Maya?
German pirate, speaks
Okay.
quite well French. It's not connected to French pirates. It's from Berlin. Don't worry. We'll keep in touch about this.
Okay. No, it's okay. You just tell me when and where, and I'll be there, and it's okay. I'm available all the day, maybe, I think, so it's okay. And I will be there for the streaming on this weekend if you want. I can't do the streaming alone if you want, but I can be there in this week for talking about that. And just tell me when we have finished this meeting, because I just want to eat. I'm not angry, I'm hungry.
That's understandable, but somehow I have the feeling that we have kind of like went through all the points. Isn't it so?
Well, Nicolas, let me insist in telling that the rules of procedure right now by Wojtek proposed are with email voting, and I don't know if we are first of all, I don't know if we are able to provide this email voting. the way he's proposing it. And there's then afterwards a second point I would like to discuss.
To be honest, I'm not sure which rules of procedure we are talking.
Let me search a link for a moment.
But from practical point of view, I'm sorry, Flory, but we are going to talk through a little bit more.
It's okay. Just tell me when we stop, and if we have to continue, we'll continue with you. It's okay. Just don't participate. I'm sorry. I'm very angry, so I will eat too. No.
Excel, did you see I put something in the chat. Is it that you're looking for?
I don't
That's
think
it.
that these are rules of procedure written by Wojciech, or that's some sort of like update, isn't it? No, he just found that somewhere that we have had such a rules of procedure that were proposed in first conference of the EU in Manchester 2012. That's the only thing. But it was just proposed like 8 years old, if I'm understanding the point.
Well, it's quite nice. We had this discussion, I think, one time, and I was chosen by reading this kind of stuff, which is quite amazing. It's about, well, I think in paper, 5, 6 sides, 7 sides, something like this. And I started to remake it for an online version. And I went to Article 9, and in Article 9 somebody made, well, when this General Assembly or council meeting in this case will be online, then parts will be removed. And finishing with minutes, and that's it. So, of course, Wojciech is fully right to propose this for having general rules for a council meeting, you know.
Well, I know that. I mean, the thing is that should we table it as a proposal for the council meeting? It will need some sort of like polishing. I'm not really sure whether we are able to polish it today, because last time we have had quite heated discussion about rules of procedure, especially regarding voting, and I think we have not moved it forward. Did we? Seems so. So I mean, like there is. I would have to go through that. So I think what could be done, what can we do on Thursday, is once again go through that rules of procedure and discuss it on this Thursday, and then table it as a proposal for leave it or take it or leave it at the beginning of the meeting. Well, none is objecting that approach, or yeah, just so it will be in the chat. So I think we went through the whole point 3 of the council meeting organization for today. If no one is objecting that, and we can go to the point any other business.
Who took over the minutes?
Sorry?
Didn't anyone take over the minutes when Octavia had to leave and then Alessandro.
Well, it doesn't seem that way. Okay, so I think we should finish it for now. We just need to. Okay, so if there is no other business, I would say let's finish the meeting, and please let's help with the kind of like restoring last part of the minutes that was not taken by the Octavia. But if it's so, I think we can call the meeting to be finished. And thank you very much for surviving to this point. It was quite like hard, but I'm sorry, but this was